Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel, and thank you for joining me for practice today. For those of you who are new here, I am Emily, I am your yoga teacher, and before we get started I want to remind you to, if you like this class, hit like and subscribe and hit the bell if you want to get notified whenever I post something new here. And if you like my classes, if you like this one, and maybe you've taken some other classes with me, I want to encourage you to download the Yoga Lioness app. It's for iPhone and for Android. And in there are some free exclusive classes. And there is also my monthly membership. In that membership, you get a 20 to 30 minute yoga class every day. Once a week, you get a completely new class. And there are some meditations, some movement breakdowns, yoga nidras in there. And also you get access to the private Facebook group, which is a place where the participants cheer each other forward, they inspire each other, all helping each other out to create a consistent yoga practice and a healthy way of life. So if you like the sound of that, please hit the link here below and check it out. And now let's get started with today's class. Hey there, and once again, warm welcome to this week's Yoga Talk, Some Words from Emily. This week, I wanted to talk a little bit about a concept that I share both in my webinars and also in the Unlocking Asana Magic workshop that I have online. And it is the principle and the concept of how to set and stick to a routine. And it's based on the principle of the 3 R's. And this is something that you can use for any type of routine. It doesn't really have to be a yoga routine. It is just that I applied it to when I started to really stick to my yoga routine. And it has worked very well for me, and it has worked for others that I have shared it with. So the first R is the reminder. And I think that we all have have had the experience that when you start a routine, it's all going quite well. You know, you're just doing, let's say you set yourself up to drink a big glass of water just when you've woken up. And you set yourself up and you're doing it every day, it's all going well. And then all of a sudden something happens. You might be traveling, the life happens in some way, you get sick, whatever. And all of a sudden you fall out of that routine and you don't even realize that you've fallen out of it until quite a while later when something reminds you, like, oh my God, I was having that like drinking water routine and I totally forgot about it. So that is why you set up the reminder. And the best way is actually not to just set the reminder on your phone, but to connect the reminder to a physical thing. For example, if in this case, the glass of water case, you could like put a glass of water on your kitchen top or a kitchen table so that every morning when you wake up, you do that before you go to bed. And every morning when you wake up, you see that glass and it's all prepared and you're just like, oh yes, I have to do that. It can also just be let's say the yoga routine case, to have your mat rolled out. Or if you don't have the possibility to have it rolled out, you can have it rolled up, but somewhere where you can see it, so it will remind you that you have a routine going on. Another great way to create a reminder is to have a community, and that is what we have here. So this community is your reminder that you have a yoga routine, because when you see people are posting in this group, you will get reminded and you will also get inspired and motivated to roll out your mat and do that routine that you set yourself up for. So that is the first R, to set a reminder. You could attach it to a physical thing, or you can have a really great community reminder. The second R is the actual routine that you've set yourself up to do. And when it comes to that, it's super important to have a very clear path of what to do every day, so that you know, maybe in the glass of water case, it's going to be very easy, but you have to make it as easy as possible for you to follow the routine. So if you do not have a clear path and you do not know exactly what to do every day, it's going to be so much harder. So I provide you with this part of your routine. Since I provide you with a nice schedule every week and you know what to do, you have a fixed set of classes that you do, and you know they're going to be well adjusted and they're going to work well for you. And if you do not have that, we can all imagine that when you set yourself up for, you just tell yourself, I'm going to try to do yoga 3 times a week, and you have your short on time, and you just end up looking for a good class to do on YouTube, where you find billions and billions of classes, and it's all of a sudden you've spent all of that time that you had for yoga just trying to find a good class. So having a clear path, whatever you set yourself up for to create a routine, make sure that you have a clear path of how to get there. So that was the second R. And the third R is the reward. So maybe you have created a specific goal for yourself, whether that be that you do this routine for like a fixed set of time, or just start with like, I'm going to do it for 3 months and then I see what happens, and then you continue. But make sure that you have like some sort of a reward at the end. It will give you that little carrot to work for. So, and also be a little bit harsh on yourself, so you're not getting the reward unless you actually did the routine. And the reward could be anything. You shouldn't limit yourself when it comes to the reward. You shouldn't say to yourself, no, it shouldn't be a piece of chocolate or ice cream or a glass of wine and cheese. Just make it something that you really like. And it could be like giving yourself a facial or a massage or whatever, but just make it feel like a reward for yourself. So those are the 3 R's. I hope that you can use them in some way. Maybe, I know most of you now have a pretty fixed and steady yoga routine that you should be super proud of. It is hard to create that sort of routine, but it is also the most rewarding thing there is to have a routine. And we're all very different people. Some people have a super hard time with having a routine, and for other people it is very easy. They're routine people. They just want to do the same thing over and over again. So for this week's new class, if we go into that, we have a nice heart chakra yoga flow, quite intense. You can do shorter and longer. You can cut off in the middle, but it's really nice, and we're working up towards full wheel pose or bridge pose in there. So enjoy that one. And of course there will be some other nice classes for you, both the regular classes and the bonus classes. And I hope to see you in the Facebook group and sharing your practice. It's been a little bit silent there this past week, so I hope to see some more activity in there this week. I love to follow you, and you know that you're doing a great work inspiring the rest of us to get on the mat. Have a beautiful week, and I will see you next time. Take care and namaste.